Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday, sort of. And by sort of, we know that means there's going to be a Kempo technique. Now this one's unique. You'll see in jiu-jitsu systems, defenses using a rope where they tie people up. It's most notably seen in the Nimpo Taijutsu, or what we know as ninja type schools, but it's very common in Chinese martial arts where they have the whip and chain type weapons, as well as in old jiu-jitsu systems where you're using a rope. Fred Villari of Kempo, a student of Nick Serio, claims that he invented the belt techniques in karate. I don't know that's necessarily true. He may have adapted and been the first to use a belt as an adaptation of older techniques, but this is a technique using the belt as a defensive weapon or a defensive tool. Maybe on this side. Now, there are a couple of possible versions or methods of doing this technique. This is Kempo number 13, or combination or defensive maneuver 13. When you have the belt, if I'm just holding it here, it's easy to pull out of my hand. So we're going to take it over and double wrap it. This could be the belt off your pants or any other thing. If it's the belt off your pants, you can actually use the little the buckle to whip. Right? Obviously, we can use it as an nunchaku type weapon, right? Figure eights, circles to keep the guy away, hitting upward figure eights, downward figure eights. So we can strike with it, and if I use the buckle end, yeah, that's going to be very effective. But for our jiu-jitsu-esque Kempo technique number 13, we're going to wrap it and hold it firmly so that it basically self-holds by being overlapped and wrapped. When the punch comes, so this is as a Kempo means law of the fist, so it's a punch attack. When the punch comes, there are a couple of different methods that we can use. One of the first is the rolling method. Now this isn't the one I use, but just to give you an idea, as he strikes, I can roll and roll. Then I have the guy, and I can step back around him and choke, pull out this way, throw him, so forth. That's one version that I have seen of number 13. The version we're going to do, which was the older, original one back in the 70s, as he punches, I'm going to bring the belt, instead of downward snapping, I'm going to come to the side and snap it. So it's like that popping of the elbow here. I step to the side and snap. From here, I'm going to take the top and strike down either to the brachial muscle or just above to the radiobrachialis, striking the arm down. As I do that, this hand rolls with the belt, punching to the temple. Okay? Snap, as I step and dodge, snap, strike, rolling punch. Hey, snap, strike, punch. From here, now again, we have a couple of options. I can simply loop by coming forward here and around, or the method I prefer is to go back to the previous version that I said. So from the punch, whip it over the head. Now I can just choke from here and pull and throw, but to continue the technique, I come around behind, dance with me a little bit. Now I can choke him on my back, but the actual technique is I'm going to release the belt so I don't actually choke him, but I'm going to lift him up from here and throw him over. Okay? Feel like doing a backflip? Then can you go over? I don't know. Should we have the mats? Sure. Grab a mat. So, dry by itself, strike, pop down on the arm, strike the head, loop it. Now I'm going to pivot all the way around with my right foot. I have him on my back. I'm going to pop up, pulling him forward, snapping down to the mat. Very careful with the throw, okay? Flip it over. Okay, so let's go, yeah, that angle's good. Yep, okay? So as the punch comes, snap, strike, hit, loop. From here, I can just choke and pull. I'm going to pivot all the way around behind. Okay. Lift him up. throw him over. Now I'm going to step back and pretend he's a lawnmower. There goes the neck. Won't make you do that too many times. Okay. Kempo Yakusoku 13. Dry without a partner. Snap, strike, hit, loop, choke as I pivot around, pull over, release. That's as far as I'm going to go with that one, but that's our technique for the day. Yakusoku 13, belt, rope. You could technically do this with nunchaku. Okay, works exactly the same. The only difference is the choke hurts a lot more with nunchaku, as you might well imagine. Thank you for joining. I'm going to leave that right there as it is. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Play with the idea of the belt. We can use it a variety of different ways. Inside, outside, tying the arm. We can loop the wrist on the fist, which you see a lot. But I think catching a free-flying fist is a little bit iffy. Better just to block it out of the way and then close the distance using the Okinawan concept of enter, control, dispatch. And until next week, as always, let's keep practicing.